Hello, my name is Tunde, and today I'm going to be explaining how to mount an EFS file system on your EC2 instance. Now, let me log into my EC2 instance. This is my EC2 instance, and I'm trying to mount this EFS file system that I have created. Now, before you can mount, you have to make sure some things are in place. One thing is you have to make sure your EC2 instance can receive traffic from from NFS ports, and also the target in the availability zone. Let's say this is my availability zone. In the availability zone of your EC2 instance must be able to receive traffic at least from that particular instance on NFS ports. How did I ensure this? I simply I simply added allowed traffic, NFS traffic, in the EC2 instance, so in the security group that I was using for my EC2 instance, and I assigned the same security group to the the mount target in the availability zone of my EC2 instance. So they both have the same EC2, they both have the same security group. That allows both of them to receive traffic on NFS ports. Now let's go and mount this particular EFS. Now, to mount the EFS, you need a DNS name or the IP, but the DNS name is recommended. So I'm simply going to okay. So right now, as you can see, nothing is mounted. Let me quickly do some stuff. Okay. Now let me remake the directory. Alright. So this is where I want to map my EFS. So this is the command I use. You specify the point where you want to map your ESS. You specify the DNS of your EFS, and these options, it's recommended by AWS that you should not change this option. This simply mounts your EFS with this particular DNS name to this particular mount point. And if you look at your file system, you can tell it's been mounted. Now let me go to my web app folder. As you can see, it's empty right now. It's actually not empty because I created some file on the EFS before. It's actually not empty. Now let's create a new file. Let's say var, let's say, let me see, index.css, var index.css. Okay, let's say I am happy. That's the content of our new file. Now our file has been written to this particular directory where we mounted our EFS. Therefore, this file is now being saved on AWS EFS. If I exit, now let me unmount the file. To unmount, you simply write mount, the name of where the EFS was mounted. Boom, we have the sudo, sorry about that. So we simply, boom, it's been unmounted. So if you go to that particular folder, right now the files are no longer there. If you need to get the files back, just mount the EFS again, and if yes, so it's taking some time. Give it a couple of seconds. It's still taking some time. EFS can be really slow. Okay, let me see Yep, the files are there. Now the files are there right now. The files that we created earlier has been transported over the network into our EC2 instance. Now, one thing I also want to point out is EFS the mount does not persist anytime you reboot your instance. So right now it's mounted. Let's try to reboot our EC2 instance and see if this mount point is still going to exist. Oh, sorry about that. Sudo. Alright, so let's reboot. Let me pause the video. Alright, so now I'm plugging back to my EC2 instance. Let's see if we still have the file mounted. Boom, no, because file mounting EFS mount does not persist across reboot. So now to make sure it's persistent, we simply add the mount to FS tab. So var SS tab, alright, so now this is the command that you use. I'm going to explain it. Boom. So right now I'm saying mount this particular EFS with this DNS name to this particular directory, right? And these are the default option. Let me save that. W. Now it's been added to our FS tab. Let me reboot the system again. Sudo. Alright, let me pause the video. Okay, now I'm logged back into the instance. Let's see if our mount point now exists. Yep, as you can see, because because of the entry in our FS tab, our EFS is automatically mounted on the EC2 anytime we reboot our instance. That's it for now. Thank you very much.